Hi everyone, this is Lolly again. I have a project I'm working on today using this Audrey stamp from the Julie Nutting Dolls, and I wanted to layer her skirt and add dimension to my project. So, usually if you use pop dots or foam tape or something like that, your layers of paper are all parallel like this, but I wanted to do was to angle my layers of paper like this. And so what I like to use is silicone caulking, silicone molds that I get at the hardware store, and I'll show you one example of what I have here. I have fussy cut, I stamped her out and colored her in with colored pencils using Prismacolor, and then I fussy cut out her blouse and underskirt in one color, the next layer of skirt in another color, and the next layer of skirt in another. But what I did, hopefully this will show up. If you can see, her dress is at an angle instead of just being parallel with the paper. It's attached right here. I just used a little glue under the waist and angled up the rest of that skirt with the silicone. And so then what I want to do is add this final layer here using the same thing. So whenever you're working with this, you just need to put thin layers where you want it thin and thick layers where you want it thick. So I'm going to attach super thin right here. Okay, and then I'm going to add kind of a thin layer right across there, and then I'm going to goop it, if I can get a hold of this really well, goop it pretty thickly right across this edge right here. Okay, and then you need to set this aside and really let it dry for a few hours. Okay. It does have a bit of an odor, but it's not too bad. Okay, I got a little extra there. There was a little plug right there. Now, I'm going to tap it down right where I want it flat, but I'm not going to tap it right around the waist. Around the hem, because I don't want to smush that. You have to realize if you tap that down, you will flatten out the layers of the silicone. Let's see if I can do this without it interfering. Hopefully you can see the layers right in there. So that'll be really cute having that like that. You could also do layers with her hat and angle that up as well. Another way you can use this is if you want to add dimension and you want it rounded, you can, like this shell, if I want it a little rounded, just give it a little shape before you get going. And I'm going to put this right on this piece on the back, instead of putting it on the card. Okay, and then I want to put a lot right in the middle. There we go. And so you can think of all sorts of dimension you can add to your projects using this. Now I am going to touch it down a little bit in the middle. There we go. There. To give it that dimension. Now, again, I don't know how well you can see that. There, you can see it's kind of rounded in the middle. It will add really nice dimension in there. And it's a nice visual effect, and I see this shell has two layers. I could do each layer separately, but it's different than doing typical paper because, as you see, like these ones are attached right on the end, and they flare out one from the other. Okay, so it's kind of like that sort of effect. So I hope that helps. And, I use the silicone blend with making caulk molds, and I'm sure that one would work just as well as just plain silicone, but really happy with this product, and I've just used it for so long. You do want to keep it stored vertically and start folding it down and rubber banding that as it gets down on the tube. Otherwise it's hard to push. So hope that helped and inspired you to do some projects. Until next time, this has been Lolly.